Ode to Aptera, the most efficient vehicle on the planet. It feels so right. Glides down the highway, taking off from the sun. No more drilling.
Hello, my name is Rich Rodriguez, and welcome to my Aptera journey. This channel is about the thrill of the all-wheel drive Aptera twisting on a curvy mountain road, and the rush of adrenaline with the all-wheel drive sub-4-second acceleration time, and the pleasure of charging your car from the sun, and on some models up to 1,000 miles of range. But we don't have an Aptera yet. Despite that, there are some things I'd like to share with you today. First, a little bit about me. I'm a trained electrical engineer, and I understand how EVs work. I'm an EV owner with over 150,000 miles of driving experience, and so I get range in charging. I'm an MBA in finance, and I was trained by an investment banker. In my day job, I read and analyze financial statements every day. So what attracts me to the Aptera? The awesome styling? Yes. It's sub-4-second 0 to 60 acceleration time on the all-wheel drive version? Yes. What about the solar charging? Yes. But I live in the normally rainy Northwest. Or is it Aptera's amazing efficiency? For me, it's all about efficiency, because with its efficiency, all those other things are possible. For all of these reasons, I'm an investor in Aptera, a reservation holder of an Aptera vehicle, and an ambassador. Well, with the preliminaries done, today's video will be a special one. As you can see, I'm not in the studio. I'm going to do a little retrospective and then ponder the near-term future of Aptera Motors. And I'll share a couple personal stories with you. A lot has happened during this 4 years. Aptera has raised $100 million from the crowd, a record-breaking amount of money from the crowd. Aptera has released 3 generations of prototypes. Aptera has formed key strategic partnerships, resulting in a revamped body made in carbon fiber, an advanced production technique, which offers the promise of lower cost assembly and enhanced performance. Now, Aptera is in the middle of a $60 million pre-IPO mezzanine financing round. We have perhaps seen a recent setback in the Aptera Motors' decision to launch with a front-wheel drive vehicle rather than the all-wheel drive vehicle that they have been working towards. Despite that, the promise that Aptera has made, for all those reasons I just shared with you a moment ago, is nothing more than just phenomenal. Time for a personal story. I have a home in the Salem area, about 40 miles south of here. I converted the heat to heat pump. heating and cooling by heat pump. I converted the hot water from methane to an advanced heat pump. I installed a metal roof with raised ridges to protect my home from wildfire. And on those ridges, I installed 10 kilowatts of solar power, solar panels. And I looked Friday. My solar home, in a little over 1 year, has generated 20.5 megawatt hours of energy, enough to drive my EV 66,000 miles from the sun. Efficiency, automotive design, efficiency, lightweight automotive design, efficiency, highly aerodynamic, efficiency, in production. Aptera is doing amazing things. I suspect Aptera may need a little more than $60 million to get to production. Just a guess. Funds are consumed quickly with inventory, humans to assemble the vehicles, warranty work, testing, etc. Maybe another $60 to $100 million? We don't know. I'm just guessing. Perhaps, as management has been planning, the IPO will happen at the time that the $60 million round where those funds are exhausted. And the IPO funding will take them to their next round. We don't know. But working capital is an area where entrepreneurs often underestimate the need. And those items I mentioned, warranty, inventory, human capital, testing, blah, 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 so working capital need, mostly all working capital need. So we can also expect more unexpected items to come along and shift the schedule more to the right. We don't know. But that might be okay, because in a way, Aptera has to get this vehicle right. Noise, vibration, and handling has to be right. The ride quality, the noise, the heating and cooling has to be right. They're doing fabulous work, and they're building our production intent vehicles as we speak. I might do a video someday on Tesla. Tesla struggled for years. Their initial Roadster had a transmission. And most of us in the EV world know EVs generally don't have transmissions. They were cobbling together things as best they could. Took a lot of money, and their schedule kept slipping and slipping, and the design kept being tweaked and tweaked on that original Roadster. Now, if you look at 2024 and the history of Aptera's production, the amount of vehicles that have produced are a dream for a venture capitalist. It's a hockey stick curve of production, and they've hit profitability quite nicely. But that's a video for perhaps another day. Why do I stay with Aptera? Efficiency, automotive design. Efficiency, low-cost automotive production. Efficiency, aerodynamic design. Efficiency, low-cost product. I travel to Germany within the next 30 days. I'll be meeting with Aptera.Solar Club in Nuremberg, Germany, to understand why the Europeans are so interested in Aptera. We know that Aptera has interest in the Middle East. Aptera, the vehicle, one of the prototypes, traveled to Abu Dhabi not long ago. There's investor interest in the Middle East. So I'm going to report back to you what I learn about European interest in the Aptera. So write questions down below of what you are interested in that I asked the Aptera.Solar Club in Nuremberg. Time for another personal story. I was listening to a podcast not long ago based on a book called Fire Weather. Fire Weather by John Vaillant was a Pulitzer Prize finalist. Let me tell you a little bit about this book. In May 2016, Fort McMurray, the hub of Canada's tar sands oil industry, was overrun by fire. The multi-billion dollar disaster melted vehicles, turned entire neighborhoods into firebombs, and drove 88,000 people from their homes in a single afternoon. Through the lens of this conflagration, the wildfire of Hurricane Katrina, John Vaillant warns that this is not a unique event, but a shocking preview of what we must prepare for in a hotter, more flammable world. Personal note, a few years ago here in the Portland metro area, we had tremendous wildfire smoke, and it was amazing. You couldn't see for 100 feet. Oregon had extensive wildfires. Washington State had extensive wildfires. British Columbia had extensive wildfires. It seemed as if the whole Northwest was burning. Fire has been a partner in the evolution of humans for millennia, shaping culture, civilization, and perhaps our brains. Fire has enabled us to cook our food, defend and heat our homes, and power the machines that drive our titanic economy. Yet this volatile energy source has always eluded our control. And in our new age of intensifying climate change, we're seeing its destructive power unleashed in previously unimaginable ways. You know, if aliens were to view humankind from low Earth orbit, they would call us fire people, because everywhere we go, we like to burn things. This is unsustainable. John's riveting journey through the intertwined history of North America's oil industry and the birth of climate science to the unprecedented devastation wrought by modern forest fires brings us into our lives now that are forever changed by these disasters. What do you want me to ask Aptera.Solar in Nuremberg, Germany? Write it down in the comments below. I'll share your questions and get back to you. Until then, That's all I have. My wish for you is to be well, do good work, and charge on.
Ode to Aptera, the most efficient vehicle on the planet. Aptera cruising, wingless flight. I love Aptera, it feels so right. Glides down the highway, taking off from the sun. No more drilling, can't you see? Well done. Cruising, wingless flight. I love Aptera, it feels so right. The future is now. Protect Mother Earth. Keep her healthy for what it's worth. What's your pleasure, Luna or Soul? Let's save the planet, we're on a roll. Glides down the highway, taking off from the sun. No more drilling, can't you see?